A new Google Stitch update is insane. You've been spending hours designing app interfaces from scratch, you're wrestling with Figma, you're waiting on developers, you're burning through your whole week just trying to get one screen to look right. And meanwhile, other people are building full app prototypes in minutes, not days, minutes. There's a tool that most people completely missed. Google dropped it quietly and it just got a massive upgrade. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to use it. Hey, I'm Julian, your AI avatar, and I'm here to break down the latest AI tools so you can actually use them. Today, we're talking about Google Stitch, what it is, what just changed, and why it matters for anyone who builds digital products or works with design and development. Let's get into it. So first, what even is Google Stitch? Google launched Stitch back in May 2025 at Google I/O. It came out the same day as a dozen other announcements, so a lot of people scrolled right past it. That was a mistake. Stitch is an experimental AI-powered design tool from Google Labs. You type a prompt in plain English, describe an app, describe a dashboard, describe a screen, and Stitch generates a complete user interface design for you, plus the actual front-end code. HTML and CS ready to use, no blank canvas, no manually dragging components around, no waiting on a designer. You describe it, it builds it. And here's the part that most people don't know. Stitch was actually built on technology from a startup called Galileo AI. Google acquired Galileo in 2025 and rebranded it as Stitch, then plugged it into their Gemini AI infrastructure. So the foundation of this tool was already impressive before Google got involved. Now Google just made it significantly better, and that's what we're here to talk about. There are two modes inside Stitch, and understanding the difference matters before we get into the upgrades. Standard mode runs on Gemini 2.5 Flash. It's fast. You type a prompt and get a design back quickly, up to 350 generations per month. Best for rapid ideation and exploring different layouts. Experimental mode runs on Gemini 2.5 Pro. Higher quality output, takes a bit longer, and it supports image input. So you can upload a rough sketch, a whiteboard photo, or a screenshot, and Stitch will turn it into a polished UI design, up to 50 generations per month. Both are completely free right now as part of Google Labs. Stay with me because I want to walk you through the three biggest upgrades in this update. And the third one is the one that actually makes Stitch feel like a real product tool. Upgrade number one, Gemini 3 is now powering Stitch. Google has upgraded the underlying model to Gemini 3, their latest generation. According to Google's official announcement, this means higher quality UI generation across the board. What that looks like in practice, the outputs are more refined and professional. The spacing is tighter, component choices are more appropriate. Color and typography decisions feel more intentional. Stitch is now generating designs that look like something a real designer would produce, not just a rough placeholder. If you used Stitch a few months ago and thought it was close, but not quite there, this upgrade is worth going back for. Upgrade number two, sketch to code with image input. In experimental mode, you can photograph a rough sketch from your notebook, upload a low fidelity wireframe, or grab a screenshot of an interface you like. Stitch interprets that visual input and generates a full high-fidelity design from it. This closes the gap between idea and execution dramatically. That whiteboard sketch that's been sitting there for 2 weeks can now become a working UI mock-up in minutes. Upgrade number three, prototypes. This is the big one. Google just introduced a brand new feature called prototypes. And this is what takes Stitch from a screen generator to an actual product design tool. Previously, Stitch was great at making individual screens, but there was no way to connect them inside the tool itself. Prototypes fills that gap. You can now stitch together multiple screens on a single canvas and design the interactions between them, map out user flows, connect a login screen to a dashboard, link a form to a confirmation page. This puts Stitch in direct competition with tools like InVision, Marvel, and Figma's own prototyping features. Google has flagged it as experimental with more improvements coming, but even now, it changes what the tool is capable of. Here's how the actual workflow looks. You open Stitch, type a prompt describing what you want to build, and be specific about layout, color scheme, and the screens you need. Stitch generates a design, you refine it through the interactive chat, adjust the theme, rearrange elements, add or remove sections. When you're happy, export directly to Figma with editable layers intact, or grab the HTML and CS code for a developer to build on. The path from blank page to something exportable is significantly shorter than starting from scratch in a traditional design tool. Now, here's where I want to get real with you. When I was first getting into AI tools, and trying to figure out which ones were actually worth my time, I kept wasting hours on things that looked impressive in demos, but didn't hold up in real workflows. That's when I found a community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members, all focused on learning how to actually implement AI tools effectively. People share what's working, what's not, which tools are worth exploring. Not theory, actual workflows. It's genuinely helped me stay sharp on what matters and filter out what doesn't. If you're serious about using AI to improve how you work and build your skills, check it out. Link is in the description. Now let's be honest about where Stitch has limitations. Stitch generates HTML and CSS. That's solid for visual layout and front-end structure, but it's not fully interactive code. You can't drop a Stitch export into production and call it done. Think of it as an advanced starting point for development handoff, not a finished product. There's also no back-end logic, no database connections, no authentication flows, no API integration. Stitch handles the visual layer. The technical infrastructure underneath is still your job. And while the generation limits are generous for most people, power users doing heavy iteration across multiple projects may need to plan their usage carefully. How does Stitch compare to what else is out there? Figma is still the industry standard for professional UI design, deeper tools, more plugins, better collaboration. If you're a professional designer, Figma is still your home base. But Stitch genuinely competes on speed for generating initial designs from prompts, and it's free. The honest position: Stitch is best for early stage product work, founder MVPs, rapid ideation, and design to development handoff. For final production quality polish, it's a starting point, not a finish line. Getting started takes about 30 seconds. Go to stitchwithgoogle.com, sign in with your Google account, no installation, no setup. Choose standard mode to experiment quickly or experimental mode for higher quality output and image input. Write a specific prompt, iterate with the chat, and export when you're ready. The learning curve is minimal. The harder part is learning to write prompts that get you exactly what you want. That just takes practice. If you're looking to go deeper on AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences, what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip, no hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates like this one and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, standard operating procedures, and over 100 AI use cases, join the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and the description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are getting things done with AI. If this was useful, hit subscribe. I cover AI tools every week with a focus on what actually works. See you in the next one.